Hello, welcome to Without Fathom. Today's video is one that I've been working on for a while, MacGuffen's D&D speculation video. Since the start of this year, I've been working on tracking past releases, finding patterns, and collecting information WotC has released about future products. I've had a pretty good rate of correct predictions, but leaks and announcements happened every time I got some steam going to make this video, and it would gather dust for a while until I felt inspired to work on it again. The first thing I did was group the 5e D&D books into 10 categories: core books, adventures, settings, monster supplements, adventure collections, character supplements, Magic the Gathering settings, third-party settings, special edition reprints, and PDF releases. I then organized them into this simplified chart. Looking at all the releases for 5e, there are 5 major patterns, or tracks as I've come to call them. The most obvious is a September Adventure track, which is just the annual adventure released in September every year. Next is the Adventure Collection track, a collection of short adventures that is the first book of the year every other year. Third is the Magic the Gathering setting track, every year and a half alternating between June and November. Fourth, we have the Character Supplement track, which is a new book focused on character options coming out in November every 3 years. Arguably, the Player's Handbook could count as the first in this track. The last, which I've dubbed the Rest track, contains monster supplements and some of the setting books. Both the Adventure Collection and the Magic the Gathering setting tracks were barely theories when I first sat down to make this video, but release announcements in the first half of 2021 have added enough data points that I consider them somewhat confirmed. There are more books that don't fit in these tracks, but they don't have any clear patterns to them. Analyzing these patterns I'd found, I was able to make several correct predictions when writing the first attempt for this video. In January 2021, these included predicting that an adventure compilation would be the first book of the year, and that a Magic the Gathering setting book would be the last. Obviously, saying this in July now that they've been announced isn't that impressive, but this is more about showing the progress of this project than anything else. Also, I was pretty wrong about which Magic setting we'd get. I really thought it would be Innistrad because of the Innistrad card sets coming out around the same time, and as a sort of companion for the Ravenloft book they announced in March. Now, looking at the patterns in the different tracks so far, you can see that there's not quite enough data to be a helpful prediction tool for 2022. We can't even really say when the books will be coming out, since WotC has shifted to a 5-book-a-year release schedule. When they first announced the schedule shift earlier this year, I'd assumed it would look something like this, mostly because it fits with the established patterns of the tracks while leaving good space in between releases. However, it was recently revealed that instead of a July book this year, we'd be getting one in probably October? This could be the new release schedule, or it could be that the intended July book had to be pushed back for some reason. It's hard to say until we get the official announcements for 2022. Currently, the only things that seem sure are that there will be an adventure book in September, as there always is, and likely a setting book in November. Given that these are so late in the year, it's possible that development hasn't even started on them yet, so it's hard to say what they might be. We do have fairly recent Unearthed Arcana articles featuring dragon-based character options and spells, which could mean that the last unannounced book of 2021 will be a dragon-themed monster book, or just a Draconomicon. Operating under this assumption, the lineup for 2022 would have to include 2 of the promised 3 old D&D setting books. One likely late in the year, and the other anywhere between March and July? As for the rest of the books types, or what they will be about, the only thing which seems to have any evidence pointing towards it is the possibility of Dragonlance being one of the setting books. Mostly because a new trilogy of Dragonlance novels are being published, and that feels like a pretty solid marketing tie-in. Other than that, all I have are wild guesses and hopes. And what are my random from-the-gut guesses for 2022, you ask? Well, I think we'll see a third-party setting book in March, followed by a classic setting book in May. July might have an extra adventure book, possibly something unique. Then, of course, the main adventure book will drop in September, and finally the third setting in November. As I said, these are just guesses. They'll probably be wrong, but they might be right, though maybe in a different order. As for what I'm hoping for, I'd really love one of the classic settings to be Spelljammer. But I know better than to get my hopes too high on that account, despite the many little references WotC has thrown into other books. It would be a good way to connect all those new settings though, WotC. I'm also hoping that they'll finally add more Celestials soon as well. If you haven't played D&D before 5e, you might not be aware that alongside the lawful, neutral, chaos types of fiends, there are also supposed to be law, chaos, axis types for Celestials. But currently, the upper planes are basically empty. But that's a rant for another video. What do you think of my predictions? Did I miss anything in my observations? Do you have any predictions? Let me know in the comments. You can also give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more. There will eventually be more D&D videos. Anyways, here's hoping for another year of great D&D books. Until next time, bye!